What is going on, guys? Welcome back for another video. If you guys are checking in for the first time, make sure you guys go hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell so you guys don't miss an upload. And let's get right into today's topic.
So today we're going to be talking about Nipsey Hussle's murder and the story behind that. We're basically going to say everything about how we feel, our opinions, stuff that we've heard about his murder. And I do also just want to point out there that no, we are not the biggest fans of Nipsey Hussle. We don't know every single fact. We don't know all that stuff that a true fan would. But we've both heard his music. We both respect it. We both respect all the music and everything that he's ever done for Yet This World and even more so his community. And that's exactly why we're making this video, is because we respected what he's done and what we can all still carry on for him.
So with that being said, let's get into how he died and why. So he was in front of his Marathon clothing store at the time of the murder. And ironically, an hour before, he said, having enemies is a blessing. And what that means, from my opinion, is, you know, he didn't care what other people thought about him, whether he was hated or loved. He was just out there doing himself, or doing everything he could possibly do to make other people happy and to help out this community that he loved so much. And if you guys haven't seen this heartbreaking video of the shooting, here it is, and he's the guy in white.
The dramatic last video of rapper Nipsey Hussle gunned down in Los Angeles.
Oh my goodness!
Paramedics worked frantically to keep him alive. Bystanders are in shock.
Are you serious?
He is very well respected, so this is a huge loss.
Old school play the OJs, trying to make a slow change.
Nipsey Hussle's stunning death is trending #1 on Twitter. Celebrities are flooding social media. "This doesn't make any sense. My spirit is shaken by this," tweeted Rihanna. R.I.P. Nipsey. I just spent Thursday with him filming a video for a beautiful new song, wrote John Legend. From Jada Pinkett Smith. My heart bleeds for all those who love him. Basketball great Steph Curry spoke about him at a post-game press conference.
Definitely a sad, tragic event. Obviously, send prayers to his family.
Here's Jim Murray.
This is where Nipsey Hussle was killed, outside his clothing store in South L.A. The gunman opened fire at close range, then jumped in his getaway car. As soon as news broke about the shooting, fans gathered here outside the store, and they're still here today.
He was doing so much for the community. He was an artist that really cared and that really always came back to where he was rooted from.
A mysterious video has surfaced of a young man claiming responsibility for the shooting.
I shot him.
Police are not saying whether the video is a credible lead. Hussle attended the Grammys in February with his girlfriend, actress Lauren London. His first album was nominated for Best Rap Album.
So as you guys can see, he got shot, and he wasn't the only one. The guy that was standing right beside him, which I believe is one of his friends, he also got shot too, and the guy that shot them both went and kicked Nipsey right in the head, and they ran off, as if shooting him wasn't good enough.
They do have a suspect, not in custody, but they do have a suspect in line that is still on the run. LAPD has called for a alleged manhunt. Whether they do pull through with that or not, we don't know.
And if you guys haven't seen who the killer might be, here's a little clip from Snapchat News talking about it.
What Nipsey Hussle was supposed to do the day after he was killed in LA. I'm Savannah from NBC News. I'll tell you all about that. Rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed outside his clothing store Sunday afternoon, and there's been a huge outpouring of support from politicians, celebrities, and athletes. Police still don't know why the rapper was killed. He's been associated with one of LA's largest gangs. But he was a huge advocate for his South LA community, putting a bunch of money into programs to help teens learn science, math, and engineering. And he was supposed to meet with members of the LAPD Monday to talk about stopping gang violence and helping kids. That meeting went on in his honor. And police just identified this guy as the suspect in Nipsey's killing. They're still looking for him.
So as you guys can see, hopefully they catch him if that is the actual killer. Nobody knows yet if it's actually him. A lady did say that not too long after the murder, she saw some male running that was in all black and had a gun. So that could be him. Hopefully they catch him.
So a little bit of background of what we've heard about why Nipsey died was because Nipsey was working on a documentary. This documentary was about Dr. Sebi, or I don't know how to actually pronounce his name, Dr. Sebi. So Dr. Sebi was a doctor who had a cure for AIDS. His trial went on around 1985, I believe the dates were. People that he used his method on, he had them come up and say like, yes, this did work. As soon as it got too much, soon after that, after his trial and everything, Dr. Sebi was pronounced murdered and to be dead. So we also found a picture that we can put up on there for you guys. It says, reminder, Nipsey Hussle is working on a documentary that will narrate Dr. Sebi's trial in 1985. Sebi claimed in a New York newspaper that he could cure AIDS and was allegedly executed by the way of U.S. medical corporations. So carrying on from that, in my honest opinion, if we have a cure for AIDS, with that being such high numbers of people having AIDS, why kill someone for that?
Exactly. Like, why would you want to kill somebody that can literally help out thousands and thousands of people and save their life? Right. Like, that's like a superhero, pretty much, and you're gonna kill him because he was trying to do good? Would you rather have somebody go around killing somebody and, oh, hey, that's fine, but we're gonna kill somebody that can cure AIDS? That makes a lot of sense. So they believe that Nipsey was killed because he got too close and he knew too much. Going along with knowing too much, there are a lot of other artists that have been murdered because they knew too much. Like XXX was murdered last year. Tupac was murdered. Biggie was murdered. And ironically, they're all black. So it could go along with racial profiling. It could go on a bunch of different titles.
But we're not saying that it's racial profiling or anything like that. We're just saying that there is a coincidence and it's just something that we noticed. We will show you this picture that says, stay woke, they knew too much. It does have a bunch of pictures of all the artists that have passed away, have been murdered, have left this world due to
some selfish people
knowing too much from what everyone has else concluded. And a lot of these people, a lot of these artists that have died, we still don't know who killed them. We still don't know who murdered them. We still don't know a closure story to why this artist was taken away from the music world, rather yet even this world in general.
So, yesterday, Nick Cannon posted a picture on Instagram about Nipsey Hussle, and I'm going to put it on the screen for you, and she's going to read it.
So Nick Cannon posted a picture of him and Nipsey Hussle, and his caption is, "And the Lord said, job well done, my son, at Nipsey Hussle. King, this is how I want to remember you. Laughing, smiling, I ain't slept yet. Thinking about our conversations, real ones from a real one. And I'm gonna say this only for the real ones to recognize. Where you left off, we're gonna carry on. It's a marathon. So I'm picking up the baton. Because they can't kill us all, spiritual warfare is real and in full effect. And now your spirit is protecting your community eternally. Your words, your steps, your walkaways was and always will be solid. Now, your message is my message. Your work is my work. I know you're still rocking with us, and your voice will never be silenced. Because to be absent from the body is to be present with the Most High. So now that you're at peace, don't rest. Keep leading, keep shining, King. Cosmic love, my brother."
That was deep. Like, oh man. Even if you weren't a fan, that quote right there could literally make somebody tear up and cry. Like, that's just how deep it was, and that's how much of a meaning and how important Nipsey was, not only to LA, but to hundreds and thousands of other people that didn't even know him.
Right.
And kind of going back to XXX when he was murdered, one reason why everybody was so broken is not just because of how good he was at music, it's because of what his music talked about, depression, how many people go through depression and what he did to overcome it. And just as he was turning his life around, it got taken away from him like that.
We came across a tweet. I don't know what her credits are. I don't know if she's related to him, if whatever. But she did tweet out a picture of Nipsey, a girl, which I believe is her, but I'm not 110%, like I said, and Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has released a statement saying that yes, he will continue on this documentary, he will continue to do all of this. What she had tweeted was, pay attention y'all, because if Nick Cannon goes through with this and something happens to him, y'all will see that the government does not give a bleep about us. Hashtag R.I.P. Nipsey. Basically what that's saying is Nick Cannon, he has released a statement like, yes, I will continue out this documentary. Yes, I will finish off this stuff for Nipsey. I will finish Nipsey's message and I will let Nipsey's message be heard.
And that just shows how brave and how much it means not only to Nick Cannon, but to the community, because we're all curious. We all want to know what this documentary talks about. And
I want to know how to cure AIDS.
Exactly.
I don't have AIDS, but I still want to know how to cure it.
And so Nick is very, very brave on wanting to do this, and he doesn't care what other people think. He's going to finish it because Nipsey was more than just an artist.
But the question all behind that is, will the government let this get released? Now, also what other people are saying is, if Nick Cannon ends up getting murdered, if Nick Cannon, anything happens bad to him, whether it's an injury, whether it's critical condition, anything like that, I'm gonna go straight to, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go straight towards the government is behind all of this. Like, how does Nipsey end up dead because of, I'm not saying, whatever right here. This is a theory. If Nipsey ends up dead because he's getting really close to releasing this documentary, then Nick Cannon puts out there, hey, I'm gonna finish it, I'm gonna give out your message, I'm gonna do all this, and say it is the day before Nick Cannon releases this documentary and he ends up dead and murdered, what else is there to conclude about that?
Because Nick Cannon isn't in any gangs. So there would be no reason for gangs to come after him.
And also what they've also said about Nipsey's murder is that it's not gang related.
So a really close friend of Nipsey Hussle was actually on location with him at the time of the shooting. And if you guys haven't seen that video, here it is.
Out here in South Central LA, we'll be about the Marathon store. This is where our brother Nipsey was shot and killed. They're trying to, again, pass it off as like a gang-related shooting. The witnesses said there was a gang member who did the shooting, but we're thinking, and a lot of other people in the community are thinking, that this was deeper than that. There might have been some outside involvement with that, with just the precision in the way our brother was killed. So a lot of people are just not buying it was just a gang-related shooting. But again, we're out here at the Marathon store, and there have been other retaliatory drive-by shootings today, about 3 or 4 other shootings after the one earlier with our brother Nipsey. So the story is still developing.
So as you guys can see, his friend is very, very upset and wants and believes that this is not just gang-related stuff. He believes it's something deeper than that. And I think it is too, because that's just, it's ironic that something like this happened. It's not the first time, and I know it's not gonna be the last time. Shoot, I have a friend who makes music, and he is a rapper, and he lives in Houston, and I don't want to have to get a phone call one day because, hey, your brother died. Your brother was shot. Your brother was murdered. All because of him trying to live out his life and do what he loved doing every single day.
Knowing too much and speaking facts.
How can somebody know too much? Doesn't everybody preach on, hey, you need to know this, you need to know that, you need to know that? We freaking learn every single day. And knowing too much is a problem now. So that's the thing that's messed up about this world, though. So at about 11 last night, there was a live news feed on Facebook, and it was the video of the memorial, and there's so many cops out there, and there was an enormous amount of gifts and letters and flowers right in front of where he died. And some disrespectful person had to come along and trash all of it, not only just trashing and throwing stuff around, but he started shooting at people. And I don't know how many people got hurt. I believe 3 people were critically injured, but don't take my word for it, that's just what I heard. But if you guys haven't seen a picture of his memorial after it was trashed, here it is. Like, what do you guys think about it? Like, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below, and about that in this whole situation. Another heartbreaking murder that did not need to happen.
One of LA's biggest losses.
Exactly. Alright guys, so kind of wrapping up the video. Just, if you take anything away from this, take away that I'm not hating, take away that I just want everybody to know what I think and how and why I think he died, because like I said already, I think it's deeper than a gang-related shooting. And it's really heartbreaking that it had to happen the way it happened and for him to go out the way he did. But the blessing is he's done so much, and
that he left his mark in this world.
Exactly. So the fact that he left his mark is not over. So everything that he accomplished is going to continue to happen. Friends and family are going to continue to carry it. Nick Cannon is going to carry it.
Fans
so
can carry it.
yes, and all that will happen. So
leave a comment down below, leave a like if you think that Nick Cannon should release all the hidden footage, or not the hidden footage, all the hidden secrets, knowledge, all that stuff that Nipsey was not able to release.
And make sure you guys pass this around, share this with your family and friends, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, and the post notification bell so you guys don't miss the upload. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.